Hello everybody and welcome at TPA's ESG Webcast. Today we are talking about sustainable finance. Sustainable finance is a topic on which TPA's ESG advisory team is focusing a lot. Let us call in mind the previous webcast, and in detail, let us call in mind the drivers of ESG. Firstly, regulatory issues. Secondly, topics coming from the financial market. And thirdly, business and market environment itself. Today we are focusing on the second driver, and we are talking about finance and sustainability. Let me start with the regulatory framework and for financing and for ESG. Firstly, the Sustainability Finance Disclosure Regulation requires financial institutions to disclose to their customer to which extent they incorporate sustainability aspects to the decision-making process regarding their financial products and what the main negative impacts of their financial products are. Another relevant framework is the EU Taxonomy. The EU Taxonomy is a classification system based on 6 environmental targets that have already partially come into force in 2020. Its specification in order to get a picture whether a business activity is considered to be environmentally sustainable or not. Furthermore, the MiFID II framework and the Alternative Investment Fund Managers Directive are worth to mention in this relation. Besides the regulatory framework, some bank, capital lenders or investors commit themselves to voluntary frameworks, which are additionally worth to mention. Especially it's worth to mention the UN Principles for Responsible Investment and the UN Principles for Responsible Banking. As a commitment to them might obviously have an impact of the ESG requirement these companies have towards their borrowers and investments. If we are talking about bonds, the Green Bond Principle of the International Capital Market Association are especially relevant, and moreover it's worth to mention that European bond standard exists as well. Let us talk about finance products with an ESG connex. Basically, we can see here that all classical finance products do also exist in version with green, social, or sustainability. Generally spoken, these products are structured in a way that rather upfront as a condition precedent or after a certain period of time as a condition subsequent, certain criteria have to be fulfilled. For example, an ESG rating, a carbon footprint based on a special standard, or if we are talking about real estates, a special asset class like tenants from nursing or educational industries, for example. If we are talking about funds, regarding green funds, here we can see that based on the SFDR, we are called about light green funds and dark green funds. So light green funds are these which are based on Article 8 of SFDR, and dark green funds are these based on Article 9 of SFDR. Let me show you some examples which were already realized from the financial industry regarding sustainability finance products. What do we have to know about ESG topics which are relevant for banks and loan providing? First of all, banks deal intensively with ESG topics due to their own regulatory requirements and to the expansions of the financial market. In future, banks will have to undergo a stress test in which the extent to which ESG risks have been taken into account when granting loans will be examined. Corporate customers are expected, at least to a certain extent, to do ESG reportings and ESG assessments. Therefore, simple checklists are used, different questionnaires, or also different digital solutions at the moment. Questionnaires of banks to their customers are typically divided into a general part and a sector-specific part. In some cases, banks grant the refinancing discount to customers if certain sustainability criteria are fulfilled. So, which ESG topics are typically covered there? Which KPIs are typically discussed there? For example, we can see here the targets regarding the reduction of greenhouse gases are relevant. Furthermore, information on waste consumption and water use, sustainability as a part of the corporate strategy, the risk management and control functions, and how a company is dealing with their suppliers. Let me show you some examples regarding the questionnaires of banks. Let me come to ESG ratings and let me give you an overview. Generally spoken, the analysis of companies or projects with regard to ESG criteria can lead to an ESG rating of ESG rating agencies. Generally, ESG ratings are structured in a very similar way and to a very similar logic regarding credit ratings. Certain standards have to be applied, certain KPIs have to be measured and will be benchmarked towards the peer group. The ESG rating shows how sustainable a company, an issuer, a financial product might be and in how far ESG criteria are fulfilled by them. Currently, this topic is especially relevant for investors. Here we can see different examples from different rating agencies and how scores and scaling is applied there. Dear everybody, this was it for today. Many thanks for watching. Please stay tuned. The next ESG webcast will follow soon. Many thanks.